All right, so welcome. I asked the class to fill a survey about how you read papers. And I thought to share with you the results of that. First is, on the left-hand side is the parts of the paper that was selected either first or second. That is the top part of the paper that folks spend time on when they're reading a paper. And of course, a pattern is clear. So a lot of people spend a lot of time on the abstract, okay? Followed by the results section and the discussion. Much less people read the conclusions or the methodology, and the least read part of the paper is the intro the literature review. Now, there's no right or wrong way, but some things really gladden my heart here, and that is the fact that a lot of us spend time on the results and the discussion. That is really good, because when you read the results of a paper, you have, I want to say, 50% more power to critique the discussion of the paper. So there's generally we tend to think that science is objective, and so people would report what they find irrespective of their own opinions or their own biases. We're not 100% unbiased, okay? And so people's discussions tend to follow their biases. And so for you to make meaning of a paper, it's important that you spend time on the results. But there's also something quite interesting here, and that is this. Only 1 in 6 of us spend a lot of time on the methodology. Now, I'm guessing that the folks who read methodology a lot, I'm guessing that they've had some research experience. It's my guess, it doesn't have to be true. But I mentioned earlier that you can critique the discussions of the paper and make your own opinion of the paper a lot by reading the results. That is true. However, your power to really critique a paper increases exponentially when you've read the methodology in addition to the results. So every methodology has a weakness. Every methodology has a strength. And there's no methodology that can find the absolute truth in any research experience. Those of us in the sciences who rely on numbers tend to think, numbers are 100% objective, this number must be true. But the basis of making decisions rests on probability, and the cutoff for that probability, quite frankly, depends on the researcher. And so how you run your experiments, who you choose to do that experiment, again, might reflect some of that bias. And so my point is that reading the methodology of a paper and understanding the assumptions of the methodology, the limitations of the methodology, and the strength of the methodology is quite important. So my spiel on this is, for those of you, most of you already read the results, add to that a little bit of the methodology. Now, there's also some strategy to this. Each paper typically has a lot of different experiments, a lot of different results. I would like you to read, I'll suggest you read results in a sequential format. So read the results. So you read the method for a particular result, and then go read the results. Oftentimes, papers are stacked that way. The order in which you present the results is the order in which it will be discussed. Typically also is the order in which the methods will be also presented. So read the method first, and then go to the results section for that particular method, and then go to the discussion part that discusses the results. So you have a longitudinal view of that particular part of the paper. There's a tendency that we all have to read the paper from start to finish. That's fine if that's your method. And say you can do that for the first read of a paper. But then if you want to really understand results for the purpose of critiquing, it's good to understand the method and then the results and then the discussion. That will empower you significantly to make conclusions of your own about the results that help you even decipher some of the biases of the authors. Well, thank you.